Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Ladies Room Talk Show. I'm Clarissa Kenty.
And I am Ernest Kenty. Did I do it right that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you were kind of slow coming in. But anyway, welcome to the Ladies Room Talk Show. I'm so glad you guys are here today. Yeah, I got Mr. Kenty in the ladies' room. It's been a while, but he really actually did pretty well with the intro this time. Usually he kind of butts in, takes over, and forgets that it's the ladies' room. But tonight,
you taught me how to do it
yeah,
inside. Yeah. So
I'm pleased with that. I'm glad, guys. But listen, thank you so much for coming tonight. You're joining in. Please go ahead and share this live with your network of friends. We have stuff to talk about tonight, and we're going to share and talk about my South Africa trip and how we kind of plan for that. It's kind of a funny story. But before I do that, I want to thank my guests from last week. You know, last Monday we celebrated Veterans Day.
That's right.
And so we had people like John Sanders, who came in, Allison Sanders' husband. We had Marsha to come in, who is retired military as well. And then we had Wes to stop by. And then we had a surprise visit from our pastor from Empowerment Word Church, Pastor Sean Edwards. So he surprised me, guys. I didn't know he was going to be on the show. And that was so cool. I enjoyed that. I was picking with my hair all the time. But anyway, that's OCD kicking in. But I'm so glad that he came in. It was really good. Shared a lot of great information about things that we just don't know as civilians. So again, I want to thank those veterans who came inside the ladies' room on a nationally known holiday. And they spent time to come and kind of hang out with us. I really appreciate that very, very much. So let's go ahead and jump on in, Ernest.
First of all, okay. All right.
First of all, I want to talk about this weekend. Oh, you had a big weekend. And that was pretty cool because you sang with the legendary Lady Tremaine Hawkins.
I did.
That was pretty cool. But so what a lot of people don't know, they think, oh man, that's his first time. No, this is his second time singing with Tremaine Hawkins, the same song, The Potter's House. And so I thought that was really cool because, you know, when you sing, you do something like that one time, you think this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Right.
You know, and I'm sure that's what you thought. Well, it was well over 10 years ago, right?
More than, absolutely. Well over 10 years.
Well over 10 years. And so you're thinking, oh, yeah, this is a once in a lifetime.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was it. I really did. And when I was asked to do it from Minister Valerie R. Harris, made the call. So I really appreciate it. But it was an honor to sing with her. And just still at 70 years plus.
70.
Woo! That woman is incredible, incredible. And her notes that she was singing, just, oh my goodness, still crisp. Her range is still the same. It's amazing. So, but I had a wonderful experience, even from backstage to on stage. It was really nice. So absolutely wonderful time.
And you know what? Tell the listening audience, because you shared it with me. What's her personality like? Because, you know, some people who are on certain levels of what we deem as being prestigious tend to be a bit rude and smug and antisociable. We've seen that firsthand. So what was your experience with Lady Tremaine?
Absolutely wonderful. She is a sweetheart. I mean, and then her husband, just both of them, just they oozed just kindness in everything that she was doing. Even, you know, just backstage, you know, how she wanted me to come in and out of different things. It was done in a loving way. We only practiced twice, you know, and then it was showtime. And but she was very patient, just very patient, and just very sweet woman. And again, her husband as well. He was cheering me on as I sang with her. So
that's pretty cool. And they've been married for 31 years, I believe. So I think a year longer than we have. And so I thought that was really cool.
Wow.
Just to kind of see how he catered to Lady Tremaine. It was just, he handled her like a baby. And she just fell right on into it. And it's just a beautiful couple. And guys, I'm just telling you firsthand, the song was powerful. Now, the backstory to this is that Ernest and I sang that song back when we were in college. That lets you know how long. We've been married for 30 years. So back in college, before we got married, Ernest and I were singing the Potter's House. So it lets you know how long or how old that particular song is. And Lady Tremaine and Walter Hawkins were the vocalists of that song back then. And, you know, for him to be able to step in those shoes and fill them, which is huge, big to do. For you to be able to do that, I thought that was pretty cool. And I didn't feel no ways about it. I mean, hey, it's Lady Tremaine. She wrote the song. She is the song. What can I do? So I was just honored. It was a beautiful experience to see as your wife, and you really did a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate the support.
Were you nervous?
I was nervous, but not as nervous as I could have and should have been. I guess just okay, let me say it like this. You know, sometimes you're starstruck and that kind of, I wasn't that type of nervous. It was more so just little insecurities I have with self. But other than that, it was wonderful. She made it much better, and that's what I loved about her, because it was just good. She made it relaxing.
Yes, thank you, Gloria and Helen, my beautiful sisters. Big fans of yours too, Ernest.
Hey, Gloria.
So I'm so glad that I did not really talk to you like I really could have, and made you real nervous, because I was like, man, you gonna sing? He's gonna sing with the actual originators of the actual song. Oh my God. She's gonna be looking at your notes. She's gonna look at your mannerisms. She's gonna make sure you hit this note when you're supposed to, how you're supposed to.
And she was now. she was. But like I said, just very sweet. You know, she let you know when no, I want you to go down here, and I want you to. She was definitely, you know, giving me that. But other than that, she was just really wonderful.
That's good. That's good. You guys really look good together.
Yeah. And for everybody that came out to support, I appreciate it, because I got, you know, the text messages today, and it was just wonderful. Of course, I couldn't see everybody that was out there, but people that I did see, thank you. And that I didn't see, thank you so much for supporting.
Yeah, it was good. You really did a great job. I was very proud. And I heard somebody behind me say, you know, that's her husband right there. Who? That's her right there. That's her husband right there. I was like, yes. Chest all swole back. Yes. I stood up. Did you hear me when they called your name?
No, I did not.
I was the one that said, whoop, 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 whoop. That was me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Good. Yeah. You should be proud.
I am proud.
Yes, but you did a good job. You did a good job. Let's talk a little bit. There's a lot of folks here. They want to know about the South Africa trip. And I know, you know, we're in November, and I went to South Africa in the end of July going into August. But my oldest son gave me a suggestion, and I'm glad he did. He said, Mom, before you start really talking about the South Africa trip and just going into detail about things, he said, give yourself about a month or so and process it yourself. He said, because that's a lot. Yeah, he told me that. He said, give yourself some time to kind of process it yourself before you start openly talking about it. And I said, okay, I'm going to do that. And that's what I did. It actually took a little bit longer, so I got busy doing other things. But it was really a really good experience. But what I wanted to tell the people about how it changed our lives is that you were going into this little funk right before I left.
This is why. The funk was because you are like you are. You don't tell me everything. And I don't want, this is not, I didn't know a lot of things. You knew enough. But the funk, because I didn't know. I didn't know a whole lot.
I couldn't go deep into it. But let me just say this, because I really didn't know a lot to tell you. I learned a lot really when I got there.
I understand that. Yeah. But it was a lot of stuff you didn't share. So I felt some kind of way. Because y'all, she was going to be gone for almost a month. I've never been away from her for that long. And so you were leaving, you were going over how many 1,000 miles away on the other side of the earth.
It was
not the other side of the country.
It was a lot of water.
Right.
It was a lot of water.
Right. So yeah, anybody that cares would have felt some kind of way. So yeah.
But you didn't have to treat me like you did.
I didn't treat you no kind of way. I supported the trip.
No.
I gave you resources to go on the trip.
No. What I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You get mad for no reason, get snappy. I'm like, what is his problem?
You knew what the problem was.
Well, I had to figure it out. Because at first you was a little snappy about any and everything. I'm like, what is this?
You know what the problem
was.
I
had to figure it out. But once I figured it out, I said, okay. I said, all right, well, I get it, I guess.
Yeah. Because I mean, you know, and I don't know about y'all, but like I said, I've never been that far away from you. It's not like you was going home, or let's say South Carolina for 2 weeks.
All right, Gloria, you always messing up trying to jump on his side every time. Already told Gloria now. Watch yourself. You my friend, not his.
Listen, the people know. The people know, and that's the thing. I've never been that far for that long, and so I knew it was happening. It wasn't nothing I can do about it.
That's right.
And so I felt some kind of way, but I was better. I mean, I saw you off. I went to the airport and all that kind of stuff, and I was better at the airport, right?
Yeah. It's just kind of like when I look back, your face was kind of long.
But that's because I felt some kind of way. I was gonna miss you. That's why my face was long. Yeah. So, but yeah. So I wanna like tell the people how. Say the people. Look, listen to me. Tell the people. Tell your listening audience on how you actually got the unction to actually go to South Africa.
Yeah. It was, guys, I had a dream. Hey, cuz. Hey, Carla. Hey.
And Carla, you mean you understand what?
Her cousin? No. The one she grew up with?
Carla.
Tell me? She understands. Let me tell you something about Lester's. We never sway from family.
In wrong.
Wrong, right, wrong, or indifferent. We don't ever sway from wrong now. The Lester family is extremely a strong bond.
If it was Obama's. if you wrong, no. So listen, any Kentys out there, if you wrong, I'm gonna call you out. Are you wrong? So Carla, change that. Say, I understand, Ernest.
No, she's not gonna do that.
Okay. Right.
She's not gonna do that. She already knows. And Gloria, you need to get on the bandwagon.
Gloria's fine.
But yeah, so I had a dream maybe about 24 hours before I got the call to go to South Africa. And I had a dream about young ladies in a room. And see, amen. See?
Oh, ain't nobody stuck. Okay. Wait until the next family reunion. Just
don't let him scare you, Carla.
Carla ain't okay.
Don't let him scare you. But I had a dream before I got the call. And that dream was about young ladies who were in a room sewing. And with those ladies were sewing, while I was in the dream, I noticed that they all had on the same clothes. And so I realized that I was in a school and that these were uniforms. And as I continued to watch the young ladies, they were actually sewing, and they were in a sewing school, in a sewing room. And while they were sewing, I noticed that they all had a distinct common look in features. And see, even LP is on my side.
No.
Thank you, LP. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't start no man. He's here to stay.
Yes, he knows, be on the winning side. But and so I saw that these young ladies had a distinct look, and that look was more of an African descent. A lot of African citizens have a very strong, prominent feature, and you can tell when they're from, another country, or if they're from Africa. And so these girls had that distinct look in my dream. And I said, wow, this is very interesting. And so I noticed that they were sewing, and half of the group was using a needle and thread. And once they got through with that project, they turned that in. And so they were wanting to make sure that the other half of the room was able to sew and have everything that they need.
And hold that thought. Now, y'all, if you just joining, this is her dream. And I mind you, she dreams vivid, just like that. When she dreams, I can't remember nothing in dreams. So this is her dream, and she has plenty of them. But this
all of my dreams are in color and extremely detailed. Extremely detailed. And so I noticed that these girls were making sure that the other girls in the dream had what they needed, and they were doing it selflessly. Mm-hmm. And so I noticed that in the dream, I started talking to the girls, and I was telling them that they get it, that their generations before them did not get that helping each other, being there for each other. And that I came from a generation from the crab mentality, which means that when you see one of your brothers and sisters going up, instead of being happy and helping them, people go and grab them and pull them down. And so I told them in that dream that they were the ones that got it, and that it will start with that generation, that they will be the generation that will learn how to help each other and join together. And when one person goes up, the other person goes up too, instead of being derogatory and mean and destructive because someone is excelling. And so when I told them that in the dream, I started crying, got really emotional. I was like, wow. And I woke up. And so I was telling some people about that. I told Ernest about it. And I was like, wow, I said, this is just really crazy. And so meanwhile, me about 5 years ago, I was just talking to some people who did a lot of missions work. And I was telling them, I said, look, missions is not for me. There's enough over here in the United States that needs help. People hungry, people need to be saved. There's a lot on this side of the country where God can use me. I'm not interested in going to other country. I don't have to go. And that's not my calling. And then there was this awakening. And I said, wait a minute now, Lord, wait. Now, if you need me to go, I'll go. You come to your senses. I said, Lord, if you need me to go, I'll go. But I wouldn't mind having a small burning bush experience to confirm that that's what you want me to do. Mm-hmm. And so I got kind of tickled, and they kind of laughed a little bit, but that was maybe about 3 or 4 years ago when I made that statement. And so fast forward, after that dream that I had, I received a phone call from Jenny Walkman from Grace Klein Community. And she and I are friends, and we talk. We don't talk every day. We may talk maybe once every 2 weeks or so, but we're very good friends. And so she called me just out of the blue, and she was just talking. She said, we need to get to a place to where women are starting to come together and work together and cross racial barriers, that white women and Black women and Asian women and Hispanic women, that we all can work together for a common good to try to work to empower other women. And I was like, yeah, I said, I like that. That sounds like a really good idea. And so she talked a little bit more. She said, man, I'm just thinking, maybe we should do something like this in Africa. I'm thinking Africa would be a place. Still in my mind, I'm thinking, praise God, I'm going to intercede on you guys' behalf and pray that God will give you what you need over there in Africa. Still not really making the connection. So she talked a little bit more, and she said, by the way, there is a lady I want you to meet. And I was like, oh, okay. And she said, this lady has a sewing school. And I went, okay, wait a minute. There is too much correlation here for this not to be coincidental. I'm thinking, okay, I just dreamed about Africa. She's calling me saying, hey, we should have a conference in South Africa. I'm like, okay. Then she's saying she wants me to meet someone who owns the sewing school. Well, who owns sewing schools in this season? I'm just saying, who does that? Right. Nobody does that. Right. And so it was just too coincidental in my mind. And I was like, okay. I said, listen, are you asking me to go to South Africa? She said, I most certainly am. She said, can you go? I said, yeah. She said, wait, are you not going to pray about it? I said, no, I don't have to. She said, what? I said, no. I said, I just had a dream maybe less than 24 hours ago about South Africa, about young girls, young ladies. And I said, and I really think it was a prep for this phone call. Had I not had that dream, I'm telling you, I certainly wouldn't have been going. Wow. I wouldn't have gone. Wow. And so when God gave me that dream, that was my confirmation that when they asked, I was ready for the yes. And so even while I was on that trip, I was able to meet the lady that has a sewing school. I was able to minister in a class that was a sewing class that I had no idea it was until after the fact.
Wow.
God confirmed so much in that, and it was a group of African girls it were in a school, and they all had on a uniform.
Wow.
It played out just like it did in my dream. And so I'm so glad that I told somebody about the dream before it happened, because no one would believe it.
Right.
No one would believe it.
And telling the cherry on the top, how God really surprised you. Of course, if you know Clarissa, she's in communications, radio, broadcast, and all that. The same lady has a radio station.
Yep.
So she got a chance to be a part of live radio while she was there.
I did 2 shows.
Yeah,
two live shows.
Two live shows. So she right down her alley. It was just amazing. I was amazed at the whole deal.
Yeah, so. It was just a really amazing experience. We went to speak at a women's conference, which was very good. Lots of people at the women's conference. It was just a beautiful experience. But we also had an opportunity to go and do missions. We did missions at several schools that we went to. I was able to go and do life coaching with various people in that area of South Africa. I was able to part some information about getting an etiquette curriculum going in one of the schools there, where I'm helping the principal do that now. Also have a coaching client that I meet with once a month from South Africa. We both meet. We meet at the time where it's good for her and good for me. But I coach her once a month. So the connections there are still very strong, and it's a beautiful connection. And we'll be going back again in July. And there's some other things that I'll be doing in South Africa as well. But it's just a beautiful experience. And, you know, the funny thing about it is that it really made us appreciate our moments together, because I did not get the Verizon package, where when you go out into another country, you can get a package and you can extend your coverage and extend your data package. And so I opted not to do that. And so I decided that whenever I go to Wi-Fi, that's when I'll make my phone calls and things. Other than that, I did not. And so, of course, I was on internet, but I really wasn't. So my posts were kind of sporadic. But it was really good, because I was actually keeping him up. When I came back, he had to deal with jet lag like I did, because I was talking to him at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was 13-hour difference. No, 14-hour difference.
I don't think it was that much. It may have been 8
if it was 5 o'clock here, it was 7 o'clock in the morning there. So what is that? 14 hours.
Was it 14-hour difference? I'm not sure if it was that.
It was 7 hours. I don't know, but anyway, when the sun was coming up here, it was going down in Africa.
Right, and it was wintertime there, so it was very cold there.
Yeah.
But that's when we would talk on the phone, and it was very sporadic. But you know, I really didn't. I didn't realize that I was going so far until I went so far. And it wasn't a thing where I could get on in my car, or I could hop on a plane and get to you in a couple of hours, or get to the family in a couple of hours. And so when you take trips like that, it's really a faith move all the way around. It's really a faith move. When you're going to some place, and, you know, I didn't tell him once I got there, I didn't tell him the ins and outs of where I was going and what I was doing, because it would have made him a little nervous, because we were going in some spaces that may not have been quite the safest places. But, you know, we knew what places to go to and what not to, but still some spaces were a little sketchy. But I just didn't tell him everything until I got back home, because I just... I didn't want to make him nervous.
Y'all think that's right too, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, right. Let's see what Carla has to say.
What is that? How was the Oh, the cuisine, the food.
Well,
Yeah.
it was good. And Carl, I'm going to tell you this. God had me on a fast. So it was maybe shortly after I received the invite, I had to go on the fast. So I went on the fast for June, July, the entire time I was in South Africa through August. So I was on a fast for 3 months. Just the Daniel fast, which was no meats, no sugars, no carbs, no sodas, no sweets, those types of things. And so I was a little bit more lenient with that diet while I was in South Africa. But the beautiful thing about what they did is that they catered to my eating habit. So I had a lot of excellent African food and cuisine on the vegan and vegetarian side. And so when I tell you it was really interesting just to be able to hit that space, but I was still able to enjoy everything.
And you ate a lot of chips.
Yeah, them chips, boy.
They have.
My goodness.
Yeah, it's amazing. She was showing me so many flavors
and I brought some.
of
I brought
Lay's.
some back.
Lay's chip. Lay's has flavors, y'all, that you could ever think of. And I never knew that.
Yes.
I'm just on a regular Lay's guy, but she kept posting. Well, no, she kept showing me.
Some.
Yeah,
I brought some home. They have stuff like marsala something chips and I can't even begin to name all. We had Asian something chips. It's chips. The flavor was totally different, like Doritos. We have Nacho and Cool Ranch here. Nope, they did not have those at all. The only regular chips they had was Lay's plain, and that was it. Barbecue was totally different. Sour cream here is French onion and something over there. Totally different. Flavors were totally different. It was just amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed the difference there in South Africa. And I found some restaurants that serve vegan and vegetarian food. Oh gosh, I had never in my life seen such. And then, there they drink a lot of coffee, upon which I don't do a lot. I'm not really a coffee person. I'll drink it when it's cold outside, but I'm just not, I gotta have a cup of coffee. I'm not that girl. But when I tell you, I was with some ladies that are coffee drinkers, they are devoted to it. And so, but the coffee was different. Where we stayed, the coffee preparation was a French press, which I thought was really cool. So, and those of you who understand what French press coffee is, it's more robust, it's more of a stronger flavor. And so you'll get your granules, I guess, and put that in a glass container and pour hot water in it and press it down. And that way you're able to steep it like you would hot tea. And so you steep it maybe for about 5 or 10 minutes and you get that robust. So we had like 5 or 6 French presses just all around the table. And so, and that's when how people would get their coffee, which I thought was pretty cool. Hey Beth, how's it going? Sweet friend, we know the one who was traveling with you. Amen. He is still with you and absolutely. And let me tell you, while I was there, when I tell you it was all kingdom all the time, all Jesus all the time. Every single day was a Jesus experience. It was a God experience. And so every day God was doing something miraculously. I had an opportunity to minister to some young kids at King's College in South Africa, Jeffreys Bay. And out of about 400 kids there, maybe about 50 plus children and staff gave their lives to Christ. And so that was, it was just simply amazing to see that, to experience that. It was just, it gives you your reason for being there. And so we had opportunities where we were able to minister to other people. I ministered at that school. I ministered at another school. I ministered to groups of people who were there. Of course, we had the women's conference. We had a nice a reception that we were able to do one-on-ones with people and just kind of sit and minister Christ. And it was just, it was miraculous. And you could feel in the air that country was spiritually saturated. It was a very strong spiritual country. And so, and even dealing with the South Africans there, Afrikaans is what they call themselves. And they were very loving and very kind and very considerate. And so, and I've said that before on the live, but they really were. So even to a point, if you're not feeling well, they're going over and beyond to make sure if you're okay, is there anything I can do for you? And they're trying to forward think about things that they can do to make your space better. And then they're calling and they're checking. They go out of their way to do sweet and nice things for you. And then those things that they do for you, it doesn't come with an you owe me. And so a lot of people in the States, if they do anything nice for you or kind for you, they're stacking up IOUs. Oh, she owes me. Oh yeah, I'm going to do this, but she going to owe me. You know, that's not kingdom. And that's not how God wants us to do things. God wants us to do things without expecting a return. And so being able to really have that space with South Africans, and they were sharing with us how they do things, and they don't have as much as we have, but they do way more with what they have than we do here. And so it gave me more of an appreciation for things, and it gave me more patience with certain things too. And so it was just amazing. It was really amazing.
Do you think that the reason you went there, or your purpose why you were there, is why you experienced the things, or do you really think that is them? You know what I'm saying when I say them, meaning like the culture that's there? Because everywhere you go is going to have whatever, but when you came back and start talking about how wonderful it was and how this that was that based on, do you think I know it was based on your experience, so I know because you were there for a purpose. But do you think, like you say, it was all God all the time and it was it? Do you think they would tell you, because it's not all God all the time when you're here, you was just here for that reason?
Right.
Do you
I think it was the experience. I think what we were able to bring to them and what they brought to us created that. Okay. Everybody just came with kingdom. Right. And that was our goal. And we met so many people to be there. The apartheid just really kind of happened maybe about 10 years ago. So there's still a lot of segregation there. People are separated and that sort of thing, and they're not used to seeing Black and white people interacting. And so when I went, of course, we were very diverse in our group of women that went. It was 9 of us that went, Black and white women. And so we were talking together, going out to eat together, hanging out on the beach together, and we got the strangest looks, and it was really odd to see, because I'm like, why are they looking? I said, I forgot we're in South Africa, so they don't do that here. So, but it was good to bring that and to let them see that we're no different. The only thing that's different is the outer part of who we are, but inside is spirit. Spirit has no ethnicity and it has no color. We are spirits, and that's what God has called us to be. Hey, Jazzy. Oh yeah, girl, you gotta go. They will love you. Guys, y'all gotta go. You and Gloria wanting to go is definitely experience. Hey, Minister Kenneth Means, Peaches and Herb. Wow, you did not say that. But hey, but guys, I will tell you this. I'll go back, and then I go back into the experience. My biggest hurdle on this trip was the flight. Okay. Because I don't mind flying. I fly to wherever I have to go and do what I have to do. But I've never flown past maybe about 2 hours at max. And so this was 15-hour nonstop flight from Atlanta to Cape Town. And so I was like, oh my gosh, Lord, you said I'm supposed to go, but you're going to have to help me with this flight. I mean, I was just, I was on pins and needles, but I didn't want to show it because I didn't want you to feel some kind of way. But I was like, oh my gosh. You
actually, I saw it, you really didn't experience anything physical when you went over there. But when you came back, you really, you expressed some things that you got. Yeah, jet lag. But it was something else you said. I can't remember what
it was. It was a jet lag, but I didn't have a clear understanding as to what jet lag was. I heard people talk about it, but I never really knew what to experience. Now, the funny thing about it is when I went over to South Africa, none of us really experienced that because Jenny, of course, Jenny goes there like we go to the grocery store. She's over there maybe once every month. But you know, when we went, they knew that when we got there to keep us up and not sleep. Okay. So we were totally busy from the time we got there. We had appointments and things we were doing from day one. And so we slept when it was time to sleep. And by that time we were tired. So we didn't have an issue going. But when I got back and some of the ladies were saying the same thing.
All right. So, okay. So there's a difference. So all of y'all who's saying, I want to go. She went for missions. I ain't trying to go for missions. I minister and I'll do whatever, but I need to go where we can, you know, hang and do some things.
Okay.
Yeah. So you and I need to go in another kind of space. I ain't trying.
Well, you don't need to go back. Rough it. You don't need to go back. But we didn't really rough it per se, because in our minds, you know, roughing it is like out in the woods and that sort of thing. Now, let me say this, because every time when people think about South Africa, they think about third world. Okay, I was in second world country, and I didn't know there's a difference between first, second, and third. But I guess if you think about it, if there is a third world, there is a first. So I was in second world country, which wasn't quite like third world. But you know, a lot of things that are, hey
Tabitha.
So but yeah, so it wasn't quite like that, but environmentally, you know, where we were, and I'm assuming it's like that in most cases, where we were in Jeffreys Bay, there's no central heat and air. So we were there in the winter. So we had toboggans, we had gloves, we had scarves, we had coats, we had boots.
That's roughing it.
That's not roughing it. That's how they live there.
I understand.
And so even there had parts in there that's kind of like an area here like Greystone, what people refer to, in Mountain Brook, the big houses or whatever. And so they had spaces like that too, and communities like that where we were. But still, again, it was still no central heat and air. It was just like that in that area. So it wasn't uncommon to go and sit in someone's house and you still have on your coat and you still have on your toboggan, you still have on your gloves because it's cold inside. Right. And so, you know, here they're like, oh, let me take your coat. Well, why you still got your coat on? That's kind of offensive. Right. But there it was common. And so when we would go to different homes, they would have blankets. And so we'll be all snuggled up in blankets and talking and laughing and, you know, having dinner. But, you know, it was definitely very cold at night. Yeah. And so that was a little different for us. And so I slept in a lot of clothes. And when I say a lot of clothes, Mr. Kenty, I mean a lot of clothes. I had a hoodie on, and I was like this
in the winter with no.
Yes, it was interesting, but you know, the thing about it, while we were there, most of us lost about 10 pounds. I think all of us lost about 10 pounds. And I think it has a lot to do with there and where we were. We didn't eat a lot of processed foods. And I didn't realize how many calories, sodium, just a lot of bad stuff and carbs is in processed foods. Right. And how much processed foods we eat, even when we think we're not. And so, but in South Africa, the meals that we had were very healthy. They weren't processed foods, you know, and we lost a lot of weight while we were there. Wow. We lost about each one of us like, oh my God.
Exercising, just food. That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that. We all have heard that the food is 85-90% of it. So wow.
Oh no, I did not. I didn't, Carla. That's a good question. She asked, did I get an opportunity to go to the point of no return, the place where slaves got out to the ships? No. I
Yeah,
did
because I
not.
was South Africa, so I think
We were South Africa too, but it's in a different
Yeah.
space because we were maybe about 2 to 3 hours. Well, no, 6 hours,
from
I think,
Johannesburg,
from Cape Town.
Cape Town.
Right. We flew into Cape Town and then we flew from Cape Town to Port Elizabeth and then drove an hour from Port Elizabeth to Jeffreys Bay.
Okay.
And then going back, we were from Port Elizabeth to Johannesburg and from Johannesburg back to Atlanta. Okay. That was 16 hours. Mm-hmm. But just really being in some spaces, guys, that what was the lady's name? That the African lady that they used as a they would take her to different places. Is it Bertram? The African lady, she had a big bottom, and
Sarah Bartman.
Sarah Bartman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was probably about 30 minutes from Sarah Bartman's hometown, and it's beautiful because they're now building a monument on her behalf, and they just recently brought her remains back to her hometown to be laid to rest. Oh, wow. Just recently. And yeah. And so those were some of the historical data that we were able to learn there. But when I tell you, just to see some areas, there were some areas that we did go and visit that was called the township. And so that township was where a lot of houses were just side by side like this, and they had dirt floors inside the home. And they had maybe about 1,000, 1,200 to 1,500 people who lived in these communities. And because they didn't really have what you want to call running water, per se, there were outhouses that are in that area. So maybe to about 1,500 to 2,000 people, they may only counted about 5 outhouses.
Wow.
Yep. 5 outhouses for the people in that community to use. And they're used to that. You know, some people who could do a little bit better financially, they were able to, get some cement poured inside their home to give them a floor. Mm-hmm. But most of them were used to when it rains, it would automatically flood inside the home. So that's mud, clay, that sort of thing. And that wasn't the most, what I want to call desolate areas. There was another area called the dump. Mm-hmm. And so the dump was a location where one of the ladies, she went, I had a couple of other things I had to do, but she went to the dump. And the dump is where a lot of families with children lived in tents. So that was another step kind of lower than that. And so there were some areas that were there that were very desolate. We didn't stay in those areas, but we had an opportunity to go and visit these areas. And so there were more people who lived in those areas than not. But to see them out, you would never know.
Wow.
Yeah, you would never know. And so, but just like I said before, just a really good area to visit, and we were around water all the time. Mm-hmm. So every time we would go out, anywhere you would look, you would see the ocean.
Wow.
And you would hear the ocean. Okay. And so it was good to see the water. We went and watched the sunrise by the beach. And so one of our friends, Lisa Worley, she celebrated her birthday. And so they're saying, it's a good thing to do that for your birthday. You go and you watch the sunrise by the ocean, that sort of thing. So we all got up early, which I'm an early person, so an issue. But we went there and was able to bring in the sunrise with that. So really had a good time there. And I met another young lady there by the name of Jenny. And Jenny owns a restaurant there in South Africa. And she and I became very good friends. And her best friend and all of us are really good friends. And so we still talk. So there'll be times I might pop up at 3 o'clock in the morning, can't sleep. And I'm like, man, I don't feel like, I can't go back to sleep. And then sometimes I'll bother him, but then I'm like, I say, I have friends that are already up like 10, 11 o'clock during the morning. I can call them. So I'll get on WhatsApp and I'll call Jenny sometimes, or I'll call Yola sometimes, or I'll call different people that I can talk to in South Africa. And so we'll talk. They said, what are you doing up so early? I said, I can't sleep. And so I would talk to them. And so it's just really great to have friends over there. I think the biggest challenge really is just not being able to see them occasionally, or send them something. Because, by the time I send them something, it'll be next year by the time they get it.
Right.
So.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm very proud of you. You got a chance to do that, and it seems like it's about to be an annual thing for you. I know they talked about the husbands going. I don't know. I just don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't know if I can.
What?
I don't know if I can go.
You gotta have a burning bush.
Well, let me say this. I can go under other circumstances, but to do that I just don't. And maybe I'm picturing it. I know what you tell me, but maybe in my own head I'm kind of putting it out there like, okay, I don't know if I want to be on my own time.
Oh, well, you don't need to go.
Yeah.
You don't need to go on this now. And what was so funny about the trip, y'all, is that all of us that went, the women, all of us are type A personalities.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all alpha females. And if you know anything about alpha females, we like structure and we like order. And when it gets out of order or not in structure, that kind of, puts us in a different space. And so every day, we did not know what we were doing from day to day, but Jenny knew. So we would get up in the mornings, we'd do a debrief. We'd debrief in the mornings, we'd debrief at night about what we did, what we got to do, what we're getting ready to do. And so we never really knew what was going to take place until the next day. Yeah. And so that,
as they say, no.
But this is the thing. We realized that it was a setup for us because I'm like, Lord, I said, all of us are alpha females,
mm-hmm.
So it was a setup because we're like, wait, you know what we're going to do? No, I don't know what we're going to do. You know what we're going to do? What do you have to go down?
But see, but this is the thing too, on top of all of that, I think the purpose why you went helped all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense for you. Okay, what can you do? You know why you were going over there. So it's not like, oh wow.
And that's really what helped all of us. And that's what we all said.
Right.
I think if there is any grace there, it was that.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, because there were so many things that I just didn't know going over.
Right.
I would think, oh my gosh, I am going clear across the country, over the seas. And I have no idea of exactly why I'm going, what is going on.
Yeah,
and it just dawned on me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to really trust Jenny, to take this trip. And so we all were thinking the same thing. And I'm like, Lord, help me. What am I doing? But I knew it was God. And so that's what kept all of us in a same space, because we knew while we were there, we knew God sent us there. We all had special reasons how we got to be there. And so we knew it was God. And so, but what I knew, because I kind of saw the handwriting on the wall, I was like, okay, Lord, I got to leave that side of Clarissa on this side of the seas, because I know me. And I said, no, I'm not taking any expectations, because a lot of them were saying, hey, we're so glad you're here. What were your expectations? What did you think that South Africa was going to be? What were you expecting? And so I had to tell them I had no expectations at all. And that's the God's honest truth. I didn't think that it was going to be a lot of, animals around or anything. Which I got to tell y'all something about that too. But I just didn't think anything, because I didn't want to minimize my experience by what I was expecting based on what I saw on TV and all of that. So I just left all the expectations here in the States. I didn't go assuming anything. I didn't go expecting anything. I just came open.
Right.
I came open.
That's good.
That's
good.
Is that a man thing? He said he want to see it on his own.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Oh yeah, bro. I can't. Yeah, I'd rather just do it. Yeah, yeah. When nobody say, "Oh, got to get up, we got to go."
That's right. And we was on time frame too. We had to get up, get in the car, and go. We had times.
Wow.
Yeah, we had to be at a certain place. Leave this time. We had time.
No. Let's go on.
Hey, Malika time. Hey, we walked by you.
Oh my! You ain't try to catch up. No, you did. Look, we wasn't walking fast.
Well, we were walking fast leaving.
Where we welcome man?
I was hungry. And I already knew we was gonna win. So
yeah. Miles College.
Go Bears. Yeah, hey Malika Tar. I missed you. Oh my goodness. Man, I hate that.
Yeah. Next time, run faster. Or say it loud. Kentys!
Like you used to say on the yard.
Right.
But yeah, it was just no expectations when I went. Now I will say one of the things that we saw in Jeffreys Bay is that you know how you look around and you see stray dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So you may see a stray dog, a couple of dogs here or there. There were stray cows. Literally. So you can be driving down the street and you'll just see a cow. There can be kids playing around the side. They're playing around the cow. Cow just standing, sitting up grazing. And I'm like, wait a minute, do I see a cow? I'm like, what is going on? It was the oddest thing. And it was very common. So like we have dog catchers, they have cow catchers. And so they will, if those cows are out like that commonly, you can see 2 or 3 walking, gathering, just random out. Yeah, it was very, very, very common to see that.
Yeah,
It was interesting.
No, we. I let you do that, and then we. Okay.
It was interesting though.
But I actually grew up in a cow town, and so I'm used to see it was a pasture right in the back of my yard, in the back of my property. So I'm used to cows and all that stuff, but not outside, like just roaming, just walking, I don't want to see that. If I go to Africa, I want to experience the motherland.
You want to go to the tourist area?
Possibly.
No, possibly. That's what you want to do. You want to stay in the tourist attractions and you want to see tourist things.
Yeah, I do.
But I mean that, and it's no. Let me tell you something. No knock against anybody who does that because different people go there for different reasons.
Absolutely.
But I think if I had a choice to go, and I knew that the choice of how I went was on the table, knowing what I know now, I would have chosen that again. Yeah, I would have chosen it again. It was so authentic and real. And I met so many people. We met a lady and her husband that we fell in love with them. They fell in love with us. We had a lot of host families there who hosted dinner for us.
Right.
And so this couple, beautiful home. They had this beautiful patio up and like to the side of the house. And you could sit up there and eat and you can see the ocean.
Wow.
Oh, it was nice, y'all. It was nice. You know, they went out of town. They came to the States, left us the key to the house.
Wow.
So we could, cater people over and all that. That's just what they did. Wow. And it was just very kind-hearted of them. But those were the type of people that we had that was hosting us and would do things
and
for
I'm
us.
Sure,
nice.
I love that element. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that's, but if I had to choose, I wouldn't choose to go over there like that. That's just my thing. So.
But it was nice. But I'm gonna tell you though, it was so funny because all of us thought that when we went, we was gonna be. I know in my mind, I had already thought about. Okay, I got my stuff, and sometimes if it's a short stay at a hotel, I don't like unpack all of my things because sometimes I might forget it and stuff like that. But I knew. I said, hey, I'm gonna be there for almost 3 weeks. I said, I'm just go ahead and take my things out and hang it up, and I wonder what the hotel is gonna be with the amenities and all that type of stuff. And then I thought about the women's conference, and you just all just thinking about this and we. Man, I was like, whoa, what?
That's why I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm rooming with 3 other ladies.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, well, wait a minute, what? Yeah. Huh? It was hilarious because to have that back conversation with all the other ladies that went. We all thought the same thing, y'all. We thought we was gonna be in a hotel and they was gonna drive us to the conference and and all of these other things. And so we didn't have an idea as to why we're gonna be there that long because we were focusing on the conference. Had no idea. It was hilarious. We probably found out maybe about 2 days before we left what the living conditions were gonna be. And but it was great because the family that hosted us. my hats go off to them. I just don't know if I could have done it, and I know you couldn't have. I know you couldn't have. It was about 12 of us.
Oh no.
It was 12 of us, and then and then it was 4 little ones. No, it was 6 little ones. So we had a set of twins that came from Birmingham, and beautiful twins. I don't even think they were 6 weeks old, maybe.
Wow.
Beautiful. Wow. They may be a little bit bigger than six weeks, but they were itty bitty. And so they were there. And then Prima and Cornelius, who were the hosting family, their kids, they didn't have one older than 7, but they were just being passed around. We were spoiling them. It was just great. And how they hosted us, and their patience was just beautiful. Wow. And the family, man, they really and truly took beautiful care of us. And it was so loving, and it was so kind. And we didn't run out of anything. Nothing. Wow. We ran out of nothing. And so when we got there, on our beds, we had like little trinkets for us, girl stuff. That's just what we do. So each one of us had that on our beds. And it was just really a cool experience. And for them to do that was amazing. I just don't know if I could have made it through. Right. They were never agitated. They were never, and I'm sure we got on their nerves because we were calling Cornelius' name like Corny. We called him Corny. And so, but they were cooking for us, and sometimes we would cook, and we had plenty of food. And it was just really cool to be there. And while we were there, they had a shortage on 2 things. They had a water shortage, and they also had a shortage on paper goods. So when you would go to certain bathrooms and facilities, plenty of toilet tissue, but they didn't have like stuff that you can dry your hands up with. Okay. So the paper towels, it was a shortage on that. And then, of course, a shortage on water. So you couldn't use a lot of high volume water at one time. And so, and it was signs out there that said it too. So yeah, it was. So
y'all, that's, to me, that's roughing it. Now I'm proud of you. I really am, because you bit it, and you bit the piece and did it like a champ. You came back talking about it. Look, she was talking about it so much, y'all. Like, what, you want to go back and live? Look, you want to go back and live there? Look, all God all the time.
Hey, okay, it was, y'all. I'm telling you.
Look, but I just, my thing is, I've never been that been away from my wife that long, and that really. It made me appreciate you more, even though, I appreciate you, but appreciate you more in the sense that, like you said, I couldn't get to you, and every time that I wanted to talk to you, I couldn't, because you may not have been at a Wi-Fi spot. So it made me kind of like, golly, this is a little different here, and I've never been in that space before. So it's a little different.
So tell them also what the other time that you said that you really had a bigger appreciation for me is when we had our children.
When you had the babies?
That's what you told me now.
I did. Well, of course, I was in the delivery room with all three, and I don't know. I'm still marked by by the experience. I just golly, ooh, y'all. I never. I don't know what I expected. When you see the little cute the husband is in the labor room with the wife, helping her breathe. No. All the men on here, you know what I mean. If you've been in that situation before, I mean, the things that I saw, the things that I witnessed, it's women, y'all are amazing. And I'm saying that I stay 10 toes down. It's amazing what God created your bodies to do. And I appreciate you. Yeah.
Ooh. Well, you were a champ though. And I'll say this, we're kind of veering off a little bit now because we're about to close. But one thing I will say, especially some of you younger ones who just getting married and considering having children and that sort of thing, those Lamaze classes are the best thing ever. Because I'm an information buff. That's my characteristic. So I love information, love reading, I love getting knowledge. And so those classes were very instrumental during that process because it prepped both of us. I made him go. We went, and
you didn't have to make me go.
Well,
I wanted to go.
Well, thank you. I say, I'm extremely proud of the work that both of you are doing in the kingdom of God. Keep doing what you're doing because you're making a difference in life. Thank you, cuz. Thank you.
I'm okay, Colin. You trying? Okay.
She know what to do. So, but what was I saying? The classes. Yeah. So definitely want to get in those Lamaze classes. Learn as much as you can. I went to Lamaze class, and I also went to my lactation course as well because I nursed all three, and I've nursed them for a long time. The longest was 11 months, almost a year with the oldest one, and the second one was 10 and a half months. No, 11 months. And Taylor was 10. And so because and I was able to get that knowledge, I was able to hang in there because I knew what to expect. And same for the delivery room. So each one of my kids, it was totally different. Each delivery was totally different. Each experience was totally different. For the first one, I had to get EJ induced, because he was stubborn, he was late. Yeah. And so he was induced, and that was a beautiful experience. Then Matthew came on the due date. Yeah. I didn't have to get induced at all for that one. And he wasn't playing, he was wanting to get here. And then with Taylor, my epidural wore off. So I felt that one.
Felt a little something.
Yeah, so all of them were totally different, but the Lamaze class will help you with all experiences. So it was really a good experience on that end. And then lactating and nursing for those of you who are considering it and want to take those classes. Information is very important, and learning what to expect, the process that you go through with it, what you have to get through to nurse it.
They didn't tell me I was going to see all of that at Lamar's class. They didn't do that. Sorry.
Ernest, they did.
They did not tell me I was going. No.
Okay, well, all right. So when they were telling you all the things that were taking place, you didn't think you was gonna see it? They talked about the afterbirth. They talked about all of that. You're missing the
point. This is okay. Listen. Yeah, I knew I was gonna see something, but not.
Oh, look. Carla says she still love you.
Oh,
but she's still my cousin.
You're getting back in there. You're getting back in there, Carla. We're gonna be all right.
Oh, there's our niecey poo. Hey, niece.
Yeah, but look, I saw something else. But Jessica, after the second one, I thought that was it. Now, see, Mr. Mings said that you remember how you broke the story.
Oh my God.
See, after the two boys, we thought that was it. I was cool. I had settled in. Okay, we're not gonna have no more. That's it. Oh, Jesus. I look back at it, y'all, and I was wrong. I was wrong how I responded, because it was supposed to be, oh yes, oh Jesus.
This is with Taylor, y'all. We thought we was done.
I said, oh Lord, I said, are you serious? And you looked at me, you say, she is yours. You do know.
I'm like, you act like you don't know how this happened. Really?
Oh my God. But she has ended up being my little princess.
Yes. Definitely. Yes, she has. But I'm telling y'all, hey, cuz, all of our family is on. Pam.
Hey, Pam.
From Cali.
Yes.
Y'all, it's this one right here. I thought he was going to faint, but he was a trooper. I think, what would you say was probably the most challenging during that time? Because you left out like at least once on all of them. when I was going through the labor and contractions.
Well, with
Why'd you leave out like that?
I really don't remember leaving out.
I do.
I had to leave out to do what? Gather myself?
I guess that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, where is you going?
I don't remember going out though.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you what you told me, because I asked you.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, well, I can't really handle you being in that discomfort, and I can't do anything to stop it. And I was like, well, okay. I said, that's what they said, breathe. So you get in here and breathe.
I remember, okay. All right. If you say
that's what you said. You may have been lying. I don't know.
I wouldn't lie if that's what I said. I mean,
hey Joe. That's that little songbird right there.
Hey Jolanda.
Yes. Yeah, but yeah, you that's what you said now. I think it sounded cute at the time. I guess that's what you were trying to
No, I mean I probably did have to gather myself because I was in shock. I was literally in shock. And I mean I just anyway. But y'all, yeah. Proud of you. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm proud of you because you got through it.
Well, we ain't having no more.
No. Oh no. That dog won't hunt. I'm done with that now. I'm waiting for the grands now.
What if?
No, we're not going to talk about that.
What if? Y'all, we come on here maybe in 6 more months and we say, y'all, she's pregnant.
Y'all will be visiting me at UAB.
Nah, we'll handle it.
I'm gonna say, you know what, Ernest? You have it this time.
We got we got help this time. You got a whole community of people that'll be willing to help you.
Yeah, but they won't be able to have it.
Well, you in shape.
Thank you, Niecy Pooh, because it is funny.
That
she rolling on the floor laughing. Okay, so you're gonna relocate tapping. Relocate to Birmingham and live in babysitter. Because if I had that baby, that's it.
You have a community that will help you.
Once they get through laughing like Jessica.
Oh God.
Ooh, we'll be on Pastor Sean's couch. He'd have to counsel us through that.
May have to.
I'd have to get some counseling.
You have to get some counseling.
I have to get some counseling. I get counseling.
God.
All right, guys, we're about to wrap this thing up tonight. I'm glad you guys are able to hang out with us. We love to kind of pop on and shoot the breeze a little bit and then talk about the South Africa trip, because it took me a long time to really talk about it. And I'll do a really standard one where I'm really focused on that and have some of the ladies come on. We talk about it. But thank you so much, as always, for joining us. And from the Kenty household to yours, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We know and we believe that God is going to bless you guys during this holiday season, and that you'll just enjoy each other. One of the things that we're starting to do now at our table is that we're sharing why we're thankful. What are we thankful for? And we're caregivers to Ernest's mom and Bima. And Bima is 98 years old. And she sat around the table. Was it last year we brought her to the table? She's not able to sit up quite as much as she used to.
Year before last.
But she talked about how grateful she was. Hello, Miss King. How are you? And she talked about how grateful she was for family. And she's always very articulate, always. And so she was very grateful and thankful for that. Leaving him for the length of time.
You see, and she did, and they got out of here like she had no problem with it. Gloria, you better get her, get your girl. She can't leave me like that too many times. Tell her, Gloria.
What that mean?
What you think it means?
No, you tell the listening audience. What does that mean?
They'll tell you.
Now I want you to tell me.
In the chat, y'all tell her she can't leave me like that. All the time, going to South Africa for months.
I want to hear what that means. Come on, Katrina, tell me what does that mean? No,
they finna type.
Okay, we're gonna wait. Where is Minister Means? I hope he's still in here.
He'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
I guarantee you, if Annette was leaving him like that 2 or 3 times a year for a month at a time,
Yeah,
what would he?
That's you and God.
He would not. No, it's not.
It is you and God now. Because if God tell me to go, I'm going, and you're gonna have to talk to God about it. Because He said for me to go.
Really?
That's right.
That's how you feel. Okay.
God.
Y'all hear this?
If God be for me, who? Hallelujah. Can't be against it.
I'm not gonna be against it. You do what you think God is asking you to do.
Oh, thank you, Gloria. Now she finally on my side.
Gloria,
no, she's not going against God. If God say for me to go, I gotta go. Now you can go with me.
Look, now isn't that something we can get into a discussion? That's a whole nother hour. Now, if I was on here telling y'all, God telling me to do something, y'all women, the women on here will be like, no, Clarissa need to do that. Y'all will be the total opposite. The total opposite. So tell her she don't need to be leaving me like that.
Sounds spoiled.
Right. I ain't spoiled. They know.
You gotta figure it out.
No, you have to figure it out.
You gonna figure. Look,
I ain't going over there under them circumstances.
You gonna see me back on that plane again now, so you have to be praying.
Look, bye.
What's the song?
That's what I'm gonna say. Bye.
Yeah, so like you did the first time.
Bye.
Yeah, and you're gonna be over there crying in the corner.
No. Okay. Because I've given the warning. You can't leave me. You can't leave me like that. Phil.
Look, yes. Look, you see the man play?
I do.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Because I will be in the friendly skies. Let me see. Okay. We got his mother here. We got during the summertime, Taylor was here with you. And who else?
And you got all them people over in Africa saying, yes, Minister Clarissa,
yes,
help me in my ministry and help me in this. And then home is looking like what?
Looking like support.
I've supported it.
Okay, you got to support it this time too. Because if God say for me to go now, I'm going.
It is not good for man to be alone.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna let y'all have that one because I'm going.
Thank you, Katrina.
That was Jolanda.
Oh, Jolanda. No, that was Katrina.
But that was Jolanda's statement right there. She said it too. Right. She wrong too, but yeah, she said it too.
So y'all, look. For you edging her on with the friendly skies and all that, okay, y'all be the same one. Now, Clarissa, now you need to come on now, Clarissa.
What?
Okay.
I'm going now. God said go.
I'm not. Look, I've been married to you 30 years.
Right.
I know if you say you going, you going.
Right.
That's not the thing. Everybody on here right here knows.
Thank you, Gloria.
That you're gonna go.
Keep supporting.
However,
okay, that's on you. I mean, if God is telling me to go, I'm going. And if you talking about it's not good for man to be alone, I don't know what that means. But that's between you and God. That's in you and God. It's 3 weeks, Ernest.
Do you know how many?
3 weeks compared to 365 days.
Do you know how many? So you just disregard everything in your home to go to do that.
If God tells me to go.
Okay.
Right. He gonna handle everything else like he did this last time.
Let some of these people, not only y'all, not y'all, but let some of the people that did that ended up in certain kind of situations tell you how that ended up. Let them tell you.
It ain't on me.
It's not.
I'm telling you. If I'm out here going around and God didn't tell me to go, then that's another situation. But if God tells me to go, let's talk about this. You got to get yourself together.
Let's talk about God telling you. Now, this is the thing. I get the first time you had a dream and all that stuff.
Don't discount it now.
No.
Okay, go
ahead. I mean, that's why I supported you when you went. Right. But I'm talking about the level in which you're going back and forth, because this could be a thing.
Yes. I'm excited.
Yeah, you can be excited.
I am.
Okay. All right. Y'all finna get it. Look, when this go live, we gonna have a discussion about this because this done got a little taste.
Have a discussion. Have it now. Let me see. Hold on. What did I say? It ain't got quiet out here.
Look, they're doing the popcorn like Michael Jackson.
Wait a minute, let's see. Oh, here he is. Yeah. Oh, let's see what you're saying. Let's see. Their lives. Y'all be all right. Let me see what else. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't studying that you talking about, Katrina.
Thank you, Katrina.
Katrina team Ernest anyway. She think you just the most best thing in the world.
Absolutely. And all these people that thank you, it's all Clarissa. That's right. I got my supporters.
One.
Hey, the fellas don't went quieter. Where you at, fellas?
One.
I know you on here. Nah, man.
They know. They already know. Because God gonna deal with you in your dark heart now.
He gonna deal with me. He gonna give me direction too.
He will.
Yeah.
And he will tell you that he will never leave you nor forsake you.
He don't have to tell me that.
Will never be alone.
I know the word.
Yeah, okay, good.
And
stand on that.
And he's never left me.
That's right.
And never will.
And you'll never be alone.
But he didn't.
You'll never be alone.
I almost said something.
Jesus. If he's sending me, you'll never be alone. We're gonna see how it plan out in July, y'all. I'm going back in July.
You can go on.
When July? I think I'm going a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We have three conferences that we're doing.
Look, then it was first. They was talking about older husbands are going this. You know what? She ain't said no more about it since they said it. So
because you just said you weren't going. Did he not just say he was not going?
You trying to twist this?
No, I'm not.
Listen, when they said they were gonna do the husbands, you said no.
That's right. Hey, it must be an earnest thing, obviously.
It is.
But you know what? When I go to South Africa, we'll get the Ernest's together.
She gonna still have her husband.
I will still have mine. You won't be out of order. You
making up your own rule.
If you're going against what God says, you are out of order.
You just better make sure you're hearing God.
I always make sure I'm hearing God.
I don't know about that, but I'm just saying.
I know. And
I'm just saying. Too. We quick to say
you
God.
Where you are today because I hear from God.
Say where God is telling us to do something because we want to do it. You get your tail over there, and God ain't tell you take your tail to Africa. Not like that.
He's told me. I'm sorry, but
you went.
Yeah,
you went.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. This is how he acts when it's it's dear to him, and he's upset because I'm going back. He really don't want me to go.
Tell you what.
You see how he acts, but it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be fine. It is.
And he's going to be happier for me again. And when I open up this business in South Africa that will benefit us both, he will see the benefits of our labor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I am going. Let me see. What else now? Who else we got here? So that I'm going with you.
It is. I'm going with you. My husband came to go to. So the Ernest's want to go to the other Ernest want to go to Africa. Well, I want to go too, but I just don't want to go like that.
And I am right here.
Mm-hmm. That's what she done. She done got out there and sipped some of that whatever they gave her. So now she want to. Let me stop, y'all. Let me stop. Oh,
come on, go with me. We're going.
Mm-mm.
We getting out of here. I said you can go, Ernest, and do your own thing. That's true now. Now you'll be over there. I just won't be with you, so you will be alone over there.
Gloria, now that's the best thing you. Okay, I might be able to. You know what? I got it. I can still go. I ain't even. We'll just meet up. I don't even have to be involved in all of that. But I'm gonna be doing my God. Gloria, thank you.
See,
There it is.
See how that thing
right
worked
there.
out?
It sure did. Sure did.
Worked out.
Thank you,
But I'm
Gloria.
gonna tell y'all now that this is how it's gonna go. He gonna get there talking about what he's not gonna do.
Go now.
Yeah, because I know him.
Mm-hmm.
Now what not gonna do? I said, well, hey, Minister Ernest, do you mind rendering us a song during the reception over here as we are ministering at the conference?
I'm on the beach.
And you're gonna sing.
I'm on the beach.
No, you're gonna say Jesus.
Gloria.
You're the center.
I'm on the beach. That ain't why I came over here. Don't do that.
If you're going, you're working now. If you're going, you're working.
You see how she controlling the narrative? No, you can't do that.
What? Okay, you say I can't leave you, so you going with me. Let's go. Let's do this.
I'm going with you, but
No.
See, Gloria,
you got to go.
You see
roll those sleeves up, Gloria, and let's get it.
Gloria, see how she done?
Get it.
She done messed my thing up, Gloria.
Roll those sleeves up. It's kingdom.
Okay,
it's kingdom, and you got time to kind of get. And we will allow time for, to go and visit certain things and have some downtime, because that was planned, and we did have a downtime. We had some fun, and so we were planned for that. However, we have to go there with the kingdom in mind. But we will still have some downtime.
I'm no kingdom always in mind.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy yourself.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, give us a song.
Gloria,
tonight.
You done slipped back. You done slipped back, Gloria. You done slipped. I'ma sing on the beach. I'm gonna sing to the ocean, doggone it. No, Gloria, you started. I'm singing on the beach.
What you gonna sing, Ernie?
I don't know.
Then let us see what you gonna sing.
Sitting on the dock of the bay. Really? Yes, because that's what I'm gonna be doing. Waiting.
Erica. Now see, Erica went with me. We went together. And that beach, oh yeah,
Erica. Now you don't
tell him that, Erica. We got to get him over there first.
I tell you what, Erica. Then we got a real issue. I'm sorry. I got to be somewhere that's comfortable.
You'll be comfortable.
What's the closest?
And you met people, because when I did the FaceTime, they met you. They said, "Hey, Ernest, we can't wait for you to come over here." So yeah,
I'm gonna see him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see him. But I'm gonna stay. What's the place that's the closest? I think it was Johannesburg.
No, Johannesburg is like maybe 5 or 6 hours. I think.
What's the closest place I can take an Uber?
You can't take an Uber nowhere. They don't have an Uber.
What they got?
A cab.
I take the cab, and when I know it's time, I'll come and meet. I can't do that. And then live in the place with like 12 other people.
No, that's not how. We can do something different when we go back this time.
Oh, and I still ain't heard you say, like, man, we need to make plans.
I'm telling you, you the one told the people. I have it on live that you said you were not going.
But y'all see how now she telling me it's not gonna be this. See, this is what she did last time. She don't tell me everything. So I'm left out there to say, okay, no, I ain't doing that. But now, it's not gonna be like that. That help your brother out, please. Somebody help me. Somebody got to be funny.
They are. Let me tell you, this is what they're helping you with right here. See that laughter? That's what they got for you. See Katrina right here? See? Yes. That's what they got for you right there. It's going to be all right, Ernest. Just make sure you have your bags and stuff packed, and we get on the...
I got to do something.
And this is the thing, though. We have 15 hours in the air to discuss this.
When we land, just know that from that time there, we may be split up. Because I can't go with y'all from that spot. When y'all land right there, and then y'all go to that next place.
Right.
Wherever that is, I don't want to go there.
But you don't know where it is.
You told me where it is.
But I don't know where it is.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I can't. No.
But you don't want to be like by yourself in another country and you don't know anything. You don't. I wouldn't do that to you. That wouldn't be fair.
I will be fine.
Isn't that right, Erica? And plus, there are baboons. There are stray baboons.
I ain't scared of no baboons.
You need to be.
Trust probably me. I do, but I'm not doing it.
You want to take your chances with stray baboons instead of doing kingdom business.
Y'all, okay.
What in the world?
God. Oh God, I can't.
Y'all, we're gonna do a documentary. When he goes, we're gonna go from the time we leave the airport, because this is gonna be funny right here. And then with him being squeezed in on that airplane for 15 hours.
I can deal with that. I can deal with that. It's just when we land, I can't. You
got to get there first. We leave Birmingham and maybe about a 30-minute flight from Birmingham to Atlanta. Got about 2-3 hour layover in Atlanta. Then from Atlanta, we leave from Atlanta and fly to Cape Town. Spend the night in Cape Town and then fly from Cape Town to Port Elizabeth. And then from Port Elizabeth, we drive an hour to Jeffrey's Bay.
That's it right there. I ain't leaving Port Elizabeth. I want to stay at Port Elizabeth. That's where I'm staying.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Have you been there before?
No, but it's on the map. It's like I can see, because I looked at it when you went. Port Elizabeth is okay. I can deal with Port Elizabeth. I ain't going to that next place. No.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are.
I'll drive an hour to come and see with y'all in ministry. Then I'm gonna come back to Port Elizabeth. That's it. You done messed up because Port Elizabeth is the one I want. That's what I want.
Look at Liz. This is big for Liz, and she's up this late. You cutting up.
That's what I want. I want Port Elizabeth. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
God. So you're gonna be our comedy relief when we go.
You can think it's fun if you want. I can't.
Look, everybody knows on this live that when you go over there, you're gonna be with me. Wherever I go, you're going.
I say most of the time I probably will, but I just can't. I can't do that.
Yeah, you're going. You will.
All right.
Exactly, Erica. You know how we are, so he's gonna do what we have him to do.
Yeah, Erica, I ain't leaving Port Elizabeth.
Yes, he is.
When y'all take that next ride on. I'll see y'all later today. But let me go check in my hotel and get me something to eat, and I'll be on.
This is spoken from true ignorance.
Oh man,
you're gonna enjoy yourself.
I know
there are people who want to meet you in Jeffrey's Bay.
I will meet them.
They're waiting for you.
I definitely will meet
them, and you're gonna enjoy yourself.
Okay. Well, this is what we need to do: a live on. What's that? We need to do a live on agreement. Because y'all, we were kind of messing around. Y'all know that. But that stuck out to me when stuff like that is real. And, you're supposed to be, and it doesn't have to be in a marital relationship, but any relationship, that's going somewhere, you have to have an agreement. And I don't know if LP is still on here. LP, I think he and his wife does a lot of lives as well. But we want to do something like that to talk about agreement and how important agreement is in relationships. And I think that would be good. Yeah, what it looks like. Yeah.
I'm gonna get some people who've been like, we've been married for 30 years. And so we need some people on there that have been married for 15, some that's been married for 15 days. Some people that's been married for 50 years, because they're out there and get different takes. I think I think that'll be cool. Right.
Yeah, because of course, in any relationship, you're not going to agree on everything. We haven't always agreed on everything. We just don't. And
still don't.
Yeah. Exactly. Like South Africa now. But anyway, but yeah, we need to talk about that and see what that looks like as it relates to how to agree, because a lot of people don't know how to agree. I remember early
or
on, yeah,
more importantly, how to disagree.
that's
And
true.
we
That's
didn't
true.
know, we did not do that well at all in the early part of our marriage.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes you have to agree to disagree.
Mhm.
And we did not know how to do that, especially him. He thought I was supposed to say yes to everything he thought, or looked at things the same way he looked at them. Dude, no. And it's all right. You're not wrong. I'm not wrong. We just look at things differently. But in his mind, if it wasn't his way, it wasn't the right way. Hypocrisy at its best.
Y'all need to tune into this next live. This is going
It's
down.
about to go down.
It's going down.
Yeah, we better do that after Thanksgiving because we're gonna be thankful. We'll do this live after Thanksgiving. Wait, I want to do it after Christmas too because I want to ensure I get my Christmas gifts. I want to ensure that I get that. Then we'll do the live.
Okay. However you want to do it.
I need to get I need to secure my gifts first because I think whatever we're about to say, it may disrupt. Hey, Jessica. Jessica's still a newlywed. Yeah, she and her sweetie recently got married this year, and it was a beautiful wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember that.
Yeah. We're gonna work on that. We'll see what we can do about getting some people together and getting the ICU media to produce the live for us and get that team together. So yeah.
Sounds good. Cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. That'll be great. That'll be good. Well, guys, listen, we're actually on here 30 minutes longer than what we were thinking we were going to be. But this was a good show. I'm glad you guys were able to hang out with us, share the live, and get the information out there. And yeah, we'll be working on some form of a conference. And really, I would like to do it in person, but we have a lot of people who watch us live, so we may have to do a hybrid type conference. But maybe we can work on that conference for a couple. Or kind of like a round table, sit down, chit chat type stuff, but
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. As long as you behave.
Yeah. No, what? I can't behave because that wouldn't be real. We need the real. We need the real. People want to know truth. Like Jessica just got married. Oh, they finna have some disagreements.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying this is a negative statement, Jessica, but you just are, and you got to know how to disagree, and people want to know truth. Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely. I think that'll be a good space for people to talk and ask questions. Just from a real standpoint, and I'm probably going to have some people who are divorced, some divorcees to come in because I've learned a lot of things from people who are divorced, women who are divorced, and like Clarissa, you want to rethink that or not do this or think different ways. If I had to do it over again, blah blah blah. So they give different angles and perspectives on things too. So we're going to have a wide variety of people on that panel. So I'm going to go ahead and put that together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You going to help me make that happen?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yes. There's Liz. That's real. I can't believe Liz is up this late. That is unreal. What time is it? Liz goes to bed at 5:30. Oh, God. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We had a good time with you guys tonight. It's been a long time. Now, I think probably maybe around Christmas time, we'll have the entire Kentys clan on, which might be a little scary because it's live. So that will be E. Josiah, Matthew Payton, and Taylor Ray. And so it's kind of easy to grab the boys, but Taylor's in college. So just kind of getting on her schedule. But we'll talk about some things. We'll talk about empty nesting and parenting adult kids and then their take on being children to us empty nesters. So that should be interesting too. And it's live, so that scares me.
Yeah, because they are real.
Yeah.
They'll tell the truth.
They're worse than we
too.
are.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna mute them because I'm producing. I'm gonna mute them. Yes, y'all. Love you guys too. Good night. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the evening. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here next Monday. I think I'm gonna go live Monday. I'm not sure. I may go live just to talk about Thanksgiving and how much we're thankful for. But until then, guys, have a wonderful and safe rest of the evening. We love you, and we will see you next month, maybe. We may come on live next month. Yeah,
that'd be good.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Good night.
Step into the ladies' room with Clarissa.